kind of meant to appear before the Phase 2 music started. But I was tidying stuff in the room and didn't realize how much time had already passed. Hi. What's going on, everyone? Lot going on right now. Tomorrow is maintenance day, correct? New onslaught, no, not new onslaught. New onslaught in 9 hours. New onslaught in 9 hours. New theater right now. Also new 5-star constellation selector. My word, that's the word for it. New Eridu. Oh, hello everyone. Welcome Soth, Jester, Marceline, Nightwalker, Fabricio, Ligi. Hello Lone Wolf, what is going on everyone? Biddies! Somebody in one of the comments of, I can't remember if it was this video or it was the standalone YouTube video of her Phase 2 theme, but someone phrased this part of Arle's soundtrack, this part of it, as the father raising their voice. This part. Like the impending doom of of father standing up out off of her throne and preparing to discipline. I thought that was a great way of putting that slow. It's such a great part of that soundtrack. It's so imposing. It's so intimidating. All of the Phase 2, all of her Phase 2 theme is awesome, but that in particular, that part in particular really slapped. Now, I'm not sure who I'm gonna select for that now. Being honest, I kind of thought that was gonna be a one-time event. Are they just gonna do this every 84 days now? So I don't know. Who did I choose last time? Yoi. Yoi. So could get C3D. What's Shenhe's C1 and what is Kaching's C2? Although Kaching and Dia are standards. If it's who I'm working towards C16 is probably Dia versus Kaching. What is Shenhe's C1? Doesn't that just give two charges on her boop? It does. 2 skills. And what's Dia's C3 PO? Increases. Oh, that increases her. Oh, that increases her burst though. Dia is in more teams, to be honest. Look at all the characters that I don't have, all the available characters that I don't have. Of these characters, I think Hu Tao is the one that I want most, even over Wanderer, which surprises me. Hoot Owl. I don't know. Let me think on that. I don't know what I'm, maybe for Nat, nah, let me think on that before I select even above Yai, yeah. Cause like, Yai I want for the collection, but Hu Tao I want for the collection and because I would really enjoy playing her as well. Miko is like, I would much more enjoy playing Hu Tao than I would enjoy playing Miko. I want them both in the collection sense equally. But Hu Tao would edge up Miko just a little bit because of on-field performance versus Miko's on-field performance. Or rather Miko's field performance because Miko isn't an on-field character to begin with. Probably Shen C1. Probably, you know what? Dia and Kaching are both standard characters. Shen has C1. You can switch that. But all right, we are at 60 pity for Arlecchino C1 right now. I have once again some of the footage and the full script written out for the Arlecchino video. I just haven't finished it up yet, but if we're able to grab Arle C1, that will vastly change the second half of that video. But because the whole video is the absolute power of a poorly built Arlecchino. Like, even Arle built not all that optimized still hits like an absolute truck. Like 2100 attack. Hi. I don't know why that kind of jump scared me a little bit. I'm the one who zoomed in, but when I clicked back off of the character menu and we were just that close to her, I was like, oh, hi. We are at 60 pity right now, and we got a very suspicious amount of Primo Gems. Thank you so much to whoever did that. I need to, Bros, I don't deserve it. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope that you are taking care of your own account and your own hobbies and stuff first. And at the end of the day, bro, I don't deserve it. My roster is already stuffed with tons of characters and constellations. Thank you so much. I just feel unworthy of it. But because of that, it means right now we are getting a 5-star. So, Arlecchino, you gonna be the one? There is literally no downsides right now. Oh my gosh, Jester, thank you for gifting that sub. Thank you, Jester. Everybody nut and cabbage right now. Thank you so much. My word. There's no downside right now for us pulling on this banner and spending all of our wishes, because we either get Arlecchino C1, we lock in Durin, or we just keep on building up pity. But because we're at 60 and we have 30 wishes, we need Licking Loom. Do we though? Let me ask you, Marceline, will you use that for good, or will you use this power for good? Wait, also, oh, this reset as well! Here, let me grab these before I forget. Boop. Whoops. Boop. Boop. Boop, boop. All right. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're not doing well, Kawhi. The cold and sore throat, it is definitely that season. It's like, it's definitely that season. Hope you get feeling better soon, and hopefully today some nice hangouts with our characters who we've not done their hangouts with yet can help provide a little bit of relief. 10 more on you. Ow, my finger. I don't want to keep clicking through, just tell me. Yes. Thank you, Arlecchino. Not sure why I made that noise in particular, but finally, I'd been wanting Yunjin's off of this banner and she wouldn't come. I didn't even know what constellation. Yes! Have you guys read what, also 5 standards as well. Have you guys read, I'm not gonna activate it right now because I still have that video to do and I want to start the video with her at C0 because that's what I base, my judgment of characters off of. That's what I base my punishment. That's what I base my
Lights out.
What the hell is it? Yeah. That's what I base my judgment of characters on. I thought it was her burst. That's what I base my judgment of characters on, is their C0. Which is why I have very mixed feelings about Dia, because Dia's C0 is what I judge her on. Ro. And Madame Yoon. Okay, it's C2. What was C1? Opening flourish. Oh, cooldown for her skill. Cliffbreaker banner is unleashed. Normal park damage. Oh, that's also. That's already a buff though. Oh, damn. That's, like, the burst is already a buff. Huh.
Judgment. Punishment.
Which one? Pick one, Rosaria. Is it judgment or punishment? Woohoo! The fudge was that noise? I don't know. I snarled. I roared. I roared. Ugh, I rarred. I have been really enjoying playing Nefer. It's become one of my favorite characters to wander the overworld with because her animations are just so fun. Her flipping around and everything, and then also when she when she jumps up in the air and her 2 shades come out. Her animations are awesome. I will enable that constellation on Arle. I'm gonna film the first half. I'm gonna finish filming the first half of the Arlecchino video, then activate it so that I have C1 Arle for the second half of that video, which I'm very excited for. Her C1 is broken. Like, this character did not need... This character doesn't need a whole lot of help. Already, she's a machine.
Can't hide the truth.
Can't hide the spoof. Okay, Nefer, right now is carrying the Sacrificial Jade. She's sitting at 74 by 135. She could use some more crit damage, but where she's at right now, that's pretty okay. She's only got 722 EM right now, but the Sacrificial's, excuse me, the Sacrificial's passive does help that, because then she's at 600 something. So she's been a lot of fun. I'm building up her weapon, also building up Mualulu's weapon as well. She's got the ring, which is ready to be 80'd. Excuse me. She has a 4-pack of Codex as well. And who else? I think it's just those two, because like I am going to build Chevrolet, Toma, and Sara, but they are on a back burner. That is a for fun in the overworld team. Not necessarily I need to get them built in time for like Onslaught or Theater or Abyss or something. So for right now, that's been pretty awesome. Flynn still doesn't have very many good options of Sky's Unveiling for him, but we'll get that sorted eventually. I'm overcapped on crit rate for her? Really? How? Cause like her raw damage doesn't really matter that much. That's why she needs a ton of EM. With the artifacts and llama buff, you're never oh. Let's do Lynette's hangout. Who should I bring? Sure. Yep. With the artifacts and llama, 70 will put you at 100. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so maybe I can take some more, an artifact that is giving her a lot of rate and take that off to give her some more EM then. What? Even the president even the president of the Spain. Just jumping. Was there something else? Oh, our standard pulls. Scoop. Hell yeah. Legendary standard pull. Standard. Three. Boop. I think I missed my dailies in Zenless twice since we last streamed. Whoops. So I missed out on some dial-up funds, but... one more. Pop. Spin that wheel. Father, daughter, I could just bring Arle. I could just bring my Arle. Could put Arle in just a weird team, since it's a hangout, and if there is any combat, the combat shouldn't be. You know what? For no reason. Even at C0, my Arlecchino is pretty okay. The only thing is her sustain, because she doesn't have enough ER to keep that if you were using her by herself. Like, she doesn't need ER because she's going to be shielded, and so she can have time to build up her burst. But if you were going to use her by herself, she would need more ER to keep that burst up constantly, so that whenever she needed to, she could self-heal. You wouldn't be waiting on it. With the low amount of ER that she has, I would be waiting. I'd be waiting on it, which doesn't matter if you have a shielder, but if she's by herself, then that matters. Okay. We're going to quests and story quests and hangouts. That's not hangouts. This is hangouts. Lynette. Checks and cats. I thought that said cheeks and cats. Go to the area near Hotel The Board. Let me make sure I'm in English, right? That didn't tell me. Yep. Just test with her, with Arlecchino's voice lines. I spy a cat. I spy 2 cats. Is that Lynette with the little kitty?
Meow.
What are you? Why does she look so cute in this? I'll approach stealthily. Sorry.
Oh, it's you. 1 second. Now activating chat mode. You made me jump there. I thought they'd finally caught me.
Made you jump? Barely. I didn't notice.
Well, my heart rate did. Jumped up a little, I mean.
So, what kind of trouble are you in exactly?
Objectively speaking, the trouble was entirely of my own making. Half an hour ago, I was at Hotel de Boer for a drinks reception. It was to celebrate the successful opening of a show, but it was draining my energy. So, I waited for the right moment, then snuck away so I could switch to standby mode.
I see. So they sent someone to find you and bring you back, but why?
Probably because I'm playing the lead role in the show. Is that so surprising? I'm always getting invitations to do solo performances.
That's not the part that's surprising.
I just usually get Linny to write back and turn them down. But then came the Fontanalia Film Festival. We took all the kids from the House of the Hearth out to see a film. And after it finished, they all started clamoring for me to try out acting for some reason. Even Linny was chanting along with them.
Look at her ear.
Anyway, it just so happened that a director called Mary who had sent me an invitation right around then. I'll spare you the details, but basically, I ended up accepting it.
So this is the dramatic debut of the magician's puppet, huh?
Yep, you nailed it. I'm playing the role of a puppet.
Look at Oh, that's a reaction image.
In fact, the show's called The Lost Puppet, and it's a masked mime show. So I don't have to do any facial expressions or say any lines. Literally just a series of physical movements. The director says it's a very avant-garde art form.
It does sound pretty avant-garde, but can people understand the plot?
Art is not comprehended by the mind, but felt in the heart.
Deep.
At least, that's what the director says. Anyway, if nothing else, the opening performance seemed to go down well. At the drinks reception, everyone was crowding around me, saying, "Triumphant character portrayal, faithful adaptation of the original work, unequivocally, quintessentially avant-garde," and stuff like that. But being the center of attention is draining. So the moment they left me to go harass the director instead, I was out of there.
Well, for once you weren't able to use Linny as a human shield. Ineffa reminds me of Lynette energy. I think is why I got attached to Ineffa so much.
The other thing is, some weird things happened while I was on the stage. Oh, sorry, Bonnie. I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation. My bad.
I take it Bonnie's your pet cat? Cat and fake cat? She not fake cat? Oh, do you mean the drone standing over here?
No, we just met. We bumped into each other right after I slipped away.
And you've already named her? Does that surprise you even a little bit, Ether?
Well, it'd be kind of difficult for us to communicate otherwise. Besides, I think she's taken a liking to the name. Haven't you, Bonnie? Yeah, that's right. Good kitty. We'll go find your owner soon, I promise.
Owner? Not a stray cat then?
Nope. She's wearing a collar, and for the most part, she's pretty well groomed. If she is a stray, she hasn't been for long. Her stomach's been growling a lot. I guess she must have been missing for a few days now. As much as I'd love to hang out with her for a while longer, her owner's probably worried sick about her. Assuming she has an owner, that is.
She's got a bow on her. Lynette is not a fake cat, but this drone over here, Bonnie, this this government spy, Bonnie.
But the reception. I should probably show my face there again at some point, even if it's just to make excuses and leave again. Decision time.
Is this a tough decision for you?
Well, I just find it exhausting, thinking through all the different ramifications of different choices and so on. That's more Lenny's area than mine. So, unless it's something really important, I usually just leave the decision-making to him.
But for once, he's not here when you need him. But that doesn't happen often.
It's fine. He got Fremine to make me a little something for just this situation. Poof!
Oh.
A photometer.
A what?
It looks pretty over the top, I know, but it's essentially just a box of cards. He kept the design simple, so it'd be harder to break. The way it works is, you pick a card at random, then look at the number on the card.
And how does that help you make a decision?
Well, for example, if the number on the card is 5 or higher, I help Bonnie find her owner. If it's less than 5, I go back to the reception.
Simple and straightforward.
I just have to believe in the bond between me and my cards, and my fate will reveal itself to me in numerical form. At least, that's what Lenny said. Anyway, I guess I'll give you a demonstration.
I agree. Meow. As Lynette attempts to draw a card, the device emits some horrendous blah.
I didn't like that. Was I using it wrong? Maybe if I just...
Lynette smacks the card box and cards fall to the ground.
Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. I'll have to let Fremine know.
Did she break even this? Horrendous grinding sound. Cards fall to the ground, then she picks one at random. Feels like this wasn't a design issue.
Let's see. Which card did I get? 4.
Less than 5 means no helping Bonnie.
Well, the cards fell on the ground though, so I don't think it counts as fate.
Of course.
If you want to get the right answer, you have to let fate decide. Also something Lenny said. So, to put it another way, if picking a card up off the ground is how to not leave it to fate, then that means it must be the wrong answer.
I think more what Lenny meant is sometimes you have to accept the answer you didn't want, but...
Or... Why don't you pick a card? Since I ran into you here, that means... our fates are, like, interfering with each other.
Go on. She's right. I'll pick another card for you.
Thank you. This one is final, I promise. Here, take the fatometer. If it's 5 or above, that means fate successfully changed. Anything lower than 5 is a fail. Also, if you have your own thoughts about what I should do, feel free to share it. Now that I've got a good problem solver here to help, I don't need to run every little thing by fate.
Alright, how about you two neither? Let's leave this one to fate. Let's try the fatometer.
Alright. Then let's see where fate will lead me.
The random checks triggered by the fatometer often serve as indicators for destiny's course or the success or failure of an action. Press to draw a card and get a random number between 1 and 20. If the number displayed is greater than or equal to the check difficulty, you will pass this check. Otherwise, you will fail it. Adequate preparation and friendly aid can sometimes affect the result of these checks. Your current check bonuses will be added to your randomly drawn number, making it easier to pass checks. Soup. Check success. I'm a genius.
We're looking for Bonnie's owner?
I have to ask about this deck of cards.
There's 20 cards in total, numbered 1 to 20. So there's only a 1 in 5 chance of drawing less than a 5. I should also mention, this time the cutoff was 5, but I just set that to wherever I feel like.
You really don't want to go back to this party.
To put it in perspective, I said I'd only do the show if I drew a 1. Fate can be pretty sneaky sometimes.
So how do you plan on finding Bonnie's owner?
I think I'll go to the Steambird and see about putting an ad in the paper. You wanna come along? I think Bonnie wants you to come with.
Sure, if it means I get to hang out with you for a bit longer. Cat! Fatometer. Fate tomato. Timaeus. Let's go, Timaeus. Oh, what? Who even are you? Where are you from? That's a gadget? Wait, I keep that? $11. I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. Or maybe you did, I don't know. Huh, time to do 11 Arle polls.
Every stupendous day starts with a Steambird. Oh, hi Lynette. Hi Traveler. What can I help you with?
Any commissions in there about a missing cat?
I don't think so. Have you picked up a stray?
Ether's usually the one catching strays on this stream, on this channel, actually.
Yep. If there's no commission to follow up on, could we post a notice about the missing cat instead?
Oh geez, sorry, I hit the microphone.
Why, of course. What a kind thing to do. Just fill out the form.
Well, we've registered the vacancy. You can stay at my place until your owner finds you.
Calculated.
Also, I just wanted to say thanks for keeping us company for so long.
I didn't mean. That's funny. Oops, your eyes are closed. I want this Lynette screenshot. She's so cute.
Well, I should probably head back to the drinks reception. Hopefully most of the people have left by now.
For real.
If you've got some time, you should stop by my place tomorrow to see Bonnie. There's a nice cup of tea in it for you.
Actually, she's smiling in this one. I'll take this one as well. Thumbnail Lynette's. Looking forward to it.
Alright, see you then.
What was the pity? 70 something. 70 something. Because we were at 60. Will you please? Wait until the next morning. Wait until the next morning. We walk in and Arle opens the door and we're like, Lynette invited us over to see a cat named Bonnie. Oh my gosh, she's so intimidating. What?
Should be fine. I'm sure it'll get resolved.
I believe this cat belongs to me.
I already told you, this isn't your cat.
Just take a breather, you two.
What's going on?
Oh, you're here. As you can probably see, you'll have to take a rain check on that tea I promised you. At least for now.
Looks like rain. Looks like a rain check.
This is my friend's cat. He's preoccupied with some important business, so I came to retrieve her in his stead.
No, it's far more likely this cat escaped from the Humane Society.
Passive checks are a special type of checks that need not be actively triggered, but instead will automatically trigger at specific times. If you pass, you will find some hidden information, such as irregularities in a person's attitude or certain incongruous details. This gentleman's expression seems a bit unnatural. The hesitation in his voice. It seems like he could be hiding something. Wait. Where is it? Hey, where'd I put it? There it is. The hesitation in his voice. It seems like he could be hiding something. His gaze keeps drifting off to the side. It's like he's trying to not draw attention to himself. How about we let Bonnie decide?
Bonnie?
Bonnie.
That's the name I've given her in the meantime.
Animal handling. Let's see who Bonnie decides to approach. Bonnie instantly runs to hide behind Lynette, poking her head out.
This complicates things.
Poking her head out ever so slightly to assess the situation. I didn't think she'd be so attached to you. I kinda did.
I told you before. This is my friend's cat. It's normal for her not to trust me.
Listen, I'm the director of the Humane Society, okay? We've got so many strays, dogs, cats, you name it. I'm not even the one feeding them most of the time. You can hardly expect the cat to recognize me.
Then how are you so sure she belongs to you?
She just looked somewhat familiar, so I came to check, just in case.
Wait. There's another opportunity for a Fontaine. Wait, hold on. An old audio meme for us. There we go. There it is. All right. She looks somewhat familiar, he says.
If she turns out to be one of ours, I'll take her back. Simple as that. Even if that's not the case, the Humane Society could still take her in, if no one else comes to claim her, that is.
What do you think the Humane Society is, Ether?
We're an organization that specializes in rescuing and sheltering stray animals. We've been in business for several decades now. I'm Bernard, the current director.
The Humane Society. Huh. The name sounds familiar. I remember hearing good things. You're the one in the Quartier Lyonnais?
That is not at all how I would have pronounced that.
Yes, that's the one. Anyway, if it's not too much trouble, could I possibly take a closer look at the cat? If it turns out I really am mistaken, I suppose that means the cat belongs to this lady here. She would be the only remaining option after all.
It belongs to my friend.
With us here to keep a watch, should be fine.
Go on, Bonnie.
Oh, nope. Looks like I was mistaken.
Oh, huh.
They do look similar, but there's an ever so slight difference in this one's fur color. Deepest apologies, friends. Well, I suppose this means I still have a missing cat to search for. Apologies again for the confusion.
So, it's Tseet Lolly about Auron's voice line. So, is this your friend's cat?
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Wait a second. You lied earlier, didn't you?
Lied? I'm afraid I don't know what you mean.
We have a terrible poker face, my dude.
A liar always has a tell. The look in their eyes, their breathing pattern, the way they hold themselves. The things that can give you away are often more numerous than you would think.
What are you talking about? The way I see it, you're conflating baseless conjecture with fact.
That's what I do, baby.
Normally, when someone is called out, their breathing speeds up as they begin to panic. But your breathing pattern hasn't changed one bit. In fact, it's been strangely calm and measured this entire time. It stands to reason, then, that your agitated behavior earlier was all an act. If you're a bad guy, I'm sure you'll take off running the first chance you get. If you're a good guy, the most likely explanation is that you're a member of the Guards, or some similar organization.
And you're basing this off of?
Intuition. Nothing more.
Intuition. Well, I have to hand it to you, Lynette. You're right. I'm a member of the Guards. The name's Elodie. I'm currently investigating a cross-border smuggling case. This cat here... Bonnie, what's her name? Well, her owner is one of the prime suspects of our investigation.
Well, that went from 0 to 1,000 in a microsecond.
A couple of days ago, our suspect got wind that we were on his tail and fled.
His tail.
That's most likely how he got separated from the cat. I just so happened to stumble upon your notice in the Steambird. So, I decided to see if he'd come back for her. But, it looks like I overestimated him.
If I were on the run, I don't think I would have come back either.
The impact of this case has been huge. The Marechaussee Phantom, the Guards, and the Special Patrol have all launched investigations.
Jeez.
If there was even the slightest chance that he would show himself, I had to follow up on the lead.
I don't know if I want an answer to this question being asked in a game like this, but what's being smuggled?
A new kind of illegal drug. Imitation synth.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
We confiscated all the synth on the market, but addiction isn't something that goes away overnight. Even without substances on the market, people are still looking for a way to get their next fix. And criminals are all too eager to capitalize on that addiction. That was the impetus for imitation synth. Needless to say, a small-scale market opened up very quickly. After the original synth debacle, we put several measures into place to prevent similar incidents from occurring. The perpetrators got smart, though, and shifted their sales overseas before those measures could kick in. That's when the imitation synth smuggling began.
Elodie, I was just trying to get a cup of tea with my cat friend here.
We only recently got word of the presence of imitation synth overseas. We managed to track down evidence of some early transactions. What we were able to find out, however, hasn't proven that useful given the amount of time that has passed.
She sounds like Clorand.
The Marechaussee Phantom launched an investigation to track down every person in Fontaine capable of producing a drug like that. That's how we learned about Bonnie's owner.
And who is he exactly? Does he happen to have some large ears?
He's a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute. His name is Pierre. Pierre Lafayette, to be exact.
Lafayette.
A slight look of dread just crossed Lynette's face. Strange. She usually schools her expressions with mechanical precision.
The Marechaussee Phantom found him in Poisson. In addition to the cat, he also had a pendant with him.
Whoa. Cool looking. Huh.
At first, there wasn't much cause for suspicion. A search of his house didn't reveal much to go off of either. The Marechaussee Phantom very nearly left it at that. It was only later that we realized the coat of arms on his pendant belonged to none other than the Lafayette family, one of the most infamous aristocratic families in Fontaine. Obviously, this discovery prompted a further investigation into Pierre. At that point, however, we discovered that he'd already fled. Now the Guards and the Special Patrol are all searching for him.
Could his family be hiding him?
That's not possible, actually. The Lafayette family has been gone for a long time.
Let's keep going.
Exactly. Many years ago, several important members of the family, including the patriarch, were murdered by an assassin of unknown origin. From that point on, family's power and influence took quite the hit.
Is this the family, or is this family associated with the man that Arlecchino murdered? when she first met Linny and Lynette. Let's keep going.
The family is engaged in all manner of crimes. As you can imagine, there's no shortage of people waiting in the wings to take their revenge. And with the family severely weakened, they were able to do just that. Most of the remaining family members succumbed to sickness or hunger. The ones that survived are currently living out their days under a new identity. Pierre is one of those very survivors. He's been hiding away in the Fontaine Research Institute all these years. His true identity unbeknownst to all. Until now, that is.
Is it really okay to share all this information with us? I'm fine with it, but is it really okay?
Well, my fellow guards have told me all about how smart and courageous you both are. And I know you possess a strong sense of justice. There could be a chance that Pierre, or one of his accomplices, might attempt to get close to Bonnie. Now that you've been briefed on the situation, I was hoping you'd help us keep a lookout. If I take Bonnie back to the guards with me, there's no way Pierre will try and come for her. Not even the most daring of criminals would attempt something like that.
I would. So we should keep Bonnie with us for the time being.
I have to admit, I'm not holding out too much hope that Pierre will come back for her. But if there's even the slightest chance, then it's worth a shot. Well, I've got some other leads to follow up on. If Pierre does appear, please contact me right away.
If Pierre does appear... What's wrong? How about, are you okay?
It's nothing. I'm fine. It's just the head of the Lefebvre
Yup,
family.
there it is.
He was the eminent person who kidnapped me all those years ago. It was at a dinner party. Someone tricked me into boarding the Lefebvre family carriage. Whoever it was, they took me back to their home. But before anything worse could happen, Father intervened.
And that's what happened.
Yep. Father was the one who orchestrated the fall of the Lefebvre family. That's what led Linny and I to join the House of the Hearth. After all these years. I never thought I'd hear the Lefebvre name again.
You okay?
Don't worry about me. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I was just thinking about Linny. He's been acting strange recently. He avoids me for days on end, consumes himself with some secret investigation, and then out of the blue pushes me to do that acting job. Thinking about it now, it's almost like the one I drew from that deck of cards was part of his plan all along.
Uh-huh.
He must have asked Fremine to help him out. In any case, I know he's hiding something from me. He's really pulled out all the stops this time.
I think he knows.
It's very possible. I'm sure he tried to send me away because he was afraid it would bring up some painful memories for me. It wasn't necessary, though. Even after all these years, he's still as overprotective as ever.
He's your brother, home dog.
You'll have to help me teach him a lesson if we run into him along the way.
Are we going somewhere?
Yep. I want to head to the Fontaine Research Institute to learn more information about Pierre. Just let me activate search mode and then we'll head out.
Search mode.
Who knows? Maybe we'll run into Linny along the way.
I'm trying to help out Linny with his investigation.
A little bit of both, perhaps. For the most part, though, I just have the sense that something's not right. Something isn't adding up about Pierre's story. I'm just not sure what.
Sometimes you gotta take the... I shouldn't say that sentence out loud. Sometimes you just gotta take the bull by the horns. Sometimes you just...
Okay, I'll write a letter explaining everything to the crew. Once that's done, we can head out.
Alright. Well, maybe I actually put Arle's team back together if we're gonna be heading into, anywhere at all
Make sure
that
to keep
involve...
up.
Oh! Oh, hello. Saruda, thank you for the raid. Oh my gosh, thank you for hello raiders. Thank you for the raid. Hello, USB cord, Digillost, Shadow. Hello, welcome everyone. Meow on stream with my meow raid. Hello, welcome. Chat, say hello. Feel free to spam the I gotta figure out a better way to say this, but spam the nut emote, if you please. Hello, welcome. I am Conry, Squirrel VTuber. Blind playthrough of Genshin. Although at this point I'm caught up with all of the Archon quests and stuff. Nut. Hello, meowers. Hi, welcome. Shadow, Ure, Sylveon, hello and welcome. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. Hi. Feel free to stick around. Chill vibes and amateur voice acting you can expect from yours truly. Tidying up some hangouts that we hadn't done yet. Who is in here? Ben.
You want me on your team?
You want me on your cabbages? I had to say meow. I mean, I can do a pretty good. Would you guys like me to try to actually do a meow, or would you like me to say meow? Because I can just say like meow. I can just do a meow, or I could also give you a little. Like I could also give the little, you know, like an actual meow. Want me to purr? Chat has heard me purr before as well. Oh, there's a new viewpoint here. After this. Here, Rue. Look, Rue. More of the world to show you. Do a Markiplier. Meow. Meow. What a bad Markiplier impression. Every time I lean in to purr into the microphone, I get shy. There. These squirrel barks. Have you guys seen that video of a squirrel barking? And I don't mean me when I pulled Dia, but well, once again, thank you for the raid, and hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a good stream, and feel free to stick around if you wish. Everyone is welcome here. What do I have in my adventurer's handbook just now? Oh, I guess that counted for encounter points. Encounted points. Yeah. Mostly lurk. Well, thank you for lurking. Oh, I see Linny up there. And Chevy. Oh, you recognized my model from some... Really? Oh, well, thanks. Thank you.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like
Huh.
what you see.
Lambo Chevy. What are you talking about, Carbonator? Some YouTube recommendation. Well, huh.
Not at rehearsal?
Well, thanks for the shout out. It may very well have been. It's not a super unique model. I mean, it's just it's the tail and stuff. But well, thank you. Oh my gosh! Don't click that. There we go. Okay, there we go.
You can drop the act, brother. In fact, I don't think either of us will have a need for acting anytime soon. You should know better than to try and keep something from me. You've never been able to do that. even when we were kids.
Yeah, that was obvious even in the Archon quest. She has got a very good bullshit detector.
And that's why I tried to distract you with the masked mime show. But I guess you're just too good.
Care to introduce us to your new assistant?
This is Officer Shovras, captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. You may have met her already.
We meet again.
Nice to see you. I should clarify something. Mr. Linney's here at my invitation, not the other way around. To borrow your expression, Miss Lynette, I suppose that would make him my assistant more than anything. We've brought on Mr. Linney as a consultant in the past. He was instrumental in helping us crack a case involving a perpetrator who used magic tricks to commit crimes. I was hoping he'd be able to provide some valuable insight this time around as well.
Is that voice line different if you haven't done Linney's story quest yet? Are you here because of the Lefevre? How did they pronounce that? Are you here because of the laissez-faire case?
So you've heard everything then?
That's exactly why we're here. There's always been questions surrounding the fall of the Lefevre family. Some people even believe the House of the Hearth was involved.
No.
Whoever was behind it all was extremely cautious. They didn't leave a shred of evidence. This very fact, however, leads me to believe it was indeed the work of that Harbinger. I took a look at the entrance and exit records of all the carriages that night. Let's just say it wasn't hard to deduce that there's ill will between you two.
I'm really surprised that it's either that Chevreuse, because maybe it's just that Chevreuse is very thorough, but I would have thought that Arlecchino was very good at leaving in no trace whatsoever.
Don't worry, I don't have any evidence to that effect, and I certainly don't plan on going to bat for such a despicable family. Plus, you were victims back then more than anything. I sought Mr. Linney's help with the smuggling case. Nothing more.
You're really teaming up with the House of the Hearth?
The way I look at it, it's a collaboration between us as people, not the organizations we represent.
Yeah, fair enough.
Besides, by working together, we can expose the truth as quickly as possible. You can hardly say that's at odds with the justice my organization strives for.
I'm assuming you wouldn't be opposed to some extra help.
Not at all. I was planning to invite you from the very beginning, Miss Lynette. It's just that my assistant here raised some objections.
Dude, he's so cute. With he every time he has these very like shy moments. Maybe not shy is not the right word for it, maybe, but
Linny, I'm not the same person I was back then. That little girl who did nothing but cower in the corner in fear, she doesn't need saving anymore.
I know you want to protect your little sister, but little sisters don't stay little forever.
I'm sorry, Lynette. You're right. I let my concerns get the better of me.
Oh, and the next time you want to distract me, you should try a different approach.
Like meowing.
Who's this? You pick up a stray while I was gone?
It's a bit complicated. I'll explain later. Anyway, her name's Bonnie.
Well, if there are no objections, then I suppose the only thing left to say is... Lynette, Traveler, welcome to the team.
Chevreuse and Linney share with you what they've learned over the past few days.
The Lefevre family was very particular in their use of insignias and emblems. The family would use different emblems to mark differences in status, blood relation, and the like. In fact, the insignia that was discovered on the pendant was used to represent an illegitimate child.
Oh, so that would mean Pierre's a bastard child.
It's highly likely. That very status might have been what allowed him to emerge from the fall of his family relatively unscathed. It would also explain why he was able to assume a new identity as a researcher with relative ease.
We discovered something interesting, though. After talking to some of his co-workers, it appears he pretty much works at the Institute in name only. He's practically been cast out.
What happened?
Apparently, Pierre was once addicted to synth. He tried to use the resources at the Institute to create a substance with a similar effect. He claimed it was just for research purposes, but
What?
the Institute revoked his access to the relevant materials regardless. He was placed on disciplinary leave, pending a thorough investigation of his actions.
We gotta make synth, Jesse.
But it seems the Institute ran into some trouble along the way. Could have been a lack of personnel or a timing issue. In any case, they had to table their formal investigation into Pierre. Unfortunately, that also included reporting any relevant information to the higher authorities. As for his family background, it appears none of his co-workers at the Institute were aware of that information. All they could tell us was that he was quite the recluse.
Maybe we'll have to take our investigation somewhere else then.
Other than the pendant, we didn't find anything else of note at his residence in Poisson.
Poisson?
Based on the samples of imitation synth we've been able to analyze, it appears the substance leaves behind strong traces wherever it's produced or stored. Those traces might not be obvious to the casual observer, but they're not something our guard poodles would miss. Pierre's home, though, came out completely clean.
Guard poodles.
We didn't find any records indicating possible involvement in overseas transactions either. So, the Marechaussee Phantom didn't view him as a major suspect at first.
Slippery.
Maybe he had a separate, dedicated area where he made the imitation synth.
Well, his neighbors did say he was often gone for long stretches of time. You would think with him out and about so much, people would have spotted him around Poisson. But residents said they barely ever saw him in town. If his reclusive nature was just a matter of keeping a low profile, I guess it would make sense for him to have a secret base to carry out his business.
After he disappeared, the guards conducted a thorough search of Poisson, but they didn't come across any suspicious locations.
Poisson.
Sorry, I can't. Poisson. What is it, Lynette?
You know Hotel de Boer, where I first found Bonnie? To get there from Poisson, you have to cross a stretch of ocean. It's not somewhere a cat could just wander off on its own.
That's very true. The world is what is very much condensed for game's sake, but it's much more vast to the characters, like in the characters in universe.
A cat? You mean...
Bonnie is Pierre's cat.
Oh, that's right! When the Marechaussee Phantom first tracked him down, I remember there being something about a cat in their report. So this is her?
From what we've learned about Pierre's habits, he doesn't seem like the type to venture out without a purpose. So what you're saying, Lynette, is that Bonnie couldn't have gone missing in Poisson. If that's true, then...
She must have wandered off only after Pierre brought her to his secret base.
Exactly. Bonnie might even know where it is.
Wait, you think the cat can lead us there? But she's not trained like one of our guard poodles. How is she supposed to understand what we want her to do?
She's a cat. They understand what you want them to do. They just choose not to do it. Oh, I can give it a go. Meow. Meow. Maybe Lynette give us it a try.
Meow. Meow, meow. Meow.
Bonnie seems to understand what you want her to do. She flicks her tail and... Yep.
Near the coast, the beach, and beneath the cliffs. The place we're looking for is most likely north of the Court of Fontaine.
She flicks her tail and meows loudly in the direction of the cliffs. The coast. The person who created pepperoni deserves all the praise in the world. My pizza just arrived. It's the most random ass chat I've seen in a hot minute. Thank you for that, Marceline.
Well, I've certainly never taken a witness statement like this before.
Well, if it works out, maybe it's something worth getting used to.
Cats and humans are actually pretty alike. When it comes to communication, most of what we want to convey can be accomplished through body language alone. But humans tend to rely too much on speech to ever take advantage of that fact.
Roasted.
Of course, body language has its limitations. You're not going to be able to get across anything too complicated.
The important thing is that we now have a lead. Let's try and find a place that matches the clues Bonnie gave us.
Can I add any... Can I just make this a cat team? Are any of my cats besides Shilona and Built?
All right, after you.
Not really. I have Diona, who... not particularly.
Leave it to me.
Who are my other cats? Wait, do I have any other actual cats? Dia and Kaching don't count. They're not real. They're not real. Dia and Kaching don't count. They're not real cats. And who else is a cat? Meow. Oh, box. Where's my box? Box? Box. Where's my box? Box. Box.
All expenses paid travel?
Oh my gosh.
Count me in.
Chilonen and Arlecchino carrying these two hard right now. I thought we said it was north of the Court of Fontaine. Oh, just north of the Court of Fontaine. We are so much closer to Yehoda, bro. So much closer to Yehoda. What is, oh my gosh, 5,000 HP, 7,000 HP. Let me just quick affix you. Quick attack. Oops, not that. There, that helped.
Seems like Bonnie is trying to take us somewhere.
Arlecchino chasing the cat, and Farina pops out to kill her.
Gardenex ahead.
Look out!
Let me move the camera!
Transfixed. Sign here, please.
Hell yeah.
I'm a rock. Letting brave names echo.
Did that hit for 44 damage?
Everlasting as the moon.
Oh, 65,000 is actually not bad for an ult for my Arlecchino. My damage priority obviously is her normal attack, not her burst. Hey, come here! Hey, come here! Hey, come here! All these crabs messing things up. Oh, go near the base. Maybe read Connery.
Wow, Lynette, you found this place so easily. If I thought there was any chance you'd say yes, I'd recruit you into the Special Patrol here and now. No questions asked.
I don't think that's how that works, Chevrolet.
Sounds familiar. I pretty much receive letters daily from people trying to poach her from me.
Let's just focus on our search. There's a lot to investigate.
Alright.
Aha! Just as we thought. This is where the imitation synth was being made.
These bottles and jars, they're all imitation synth?
Looks like he's got more than just imitation synth stashed around here.
Naku.
In addition to the raw materials needed to synthesize the substance itself, there's a large quantity of cleaning agents and a few drugs I haven't been able to identify. These cleaning agents are likely used to dispel traces of the substance, like its smell. The Special Patrol did some digging into imitation synth. Our records indicate that it's very difficult for ordinary people to detect traces left behind by the stuff. I'm sure that was the case for Pierre as well. It must have taken a considerable amount of time and skill to ensure all those traces get washed away. But what are these other drugs for?
Where are the other drugs going? Where are the other drugs going? Cat last. Cat last!
The material these bags are made of, it's quite rare.
Why would we need Crab Quest 2? Doesn't it look similar to the materials used for your magic pockets?
It's the very same, actually.
Oh.
Romaritime flower fiber. But there's something special about the composition of these bags. I took a closer look, and it appears they're not only waterproof, but also corrosion and leak resistant. Even the strings look specially designed to keep the bags closed nice and tight. I came across some bags made of the same material just now, but they were much smaller and thinner. From the look of them, they seemed far less durable as well.
I know he's like a research institute guy, so he might be like an engineer or scientist or something. But this seems like craft. This seems like way too much knowledge about how to do this properly than someone who's just a scientist who decides to go full Breaking Bad. This seems like someone who's in the craft of like smuggling stuff. Kind of like one of those small sealed bags.
Very similar, actually. Normally, it would be easy for a guard poodle to sniff out the imitation synth, but if it was sealed away in a bag like that, it might be possible to elude detection for some time. But what could these big bags be for then? If the goal is to keep the imitation synth hidden and sealed away, these bags seem a bit too conspicuous.
Curious. Before we talk to Cat and Cat, let me use the restroom real quick, and then we'll be right back. And then when I'm back, we can Cat and Cat. That kind of didn't. I was trying to rhyme. That kind of didn't rhyme. BRB. Can you hear that dog out there? Luna, what does that even mean? What are you even talking about? This opportunity is quite hard to come by. This cat looks like a sausage. This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Okay.
When the Marechaussee Phantom searched Pierre's house, there was no sign of these barrels, right?
He must have moved them, but carrying them all the way here would attract way too much attention.
You're right. That doesn't seem like his way of doing things. How did he get them here then?
The barrel shows signs of water damage. Dried up water stains can be seen around the circumference of the barrels. There seems to be a pattern to the location of the water stains. For some reason, they appear to be limited to the lower half of the barrels. The lids don't seem very tight, leaving sizable gaps around the edges, but there doesn't appear to be any traces of water inside the barrels.
Only the lower halves of the barrels appear to have been submerged in water.
It was a raft. It was a raft.
Based on the various ingredients we've found,
Oh my
this
gosh.
appears to be where Pierre was cooking up his imitation synth. It looks like he used a special cleaning agent to get rid of any residual traces of the substance on his person before he left. That's how he was able to get past the guard poodles.
And that's why the Marechaussee Phantom didn't find anything suspicious in his home.
So then he transferred the imitation synth into small sealed bags and took it somewhere else for the drop-off.
No. I don't believe our suspect is the kind of person who'd go around carrying incriminating evidence with him. That would potentially create too many eyewitnesses. The cleaning agent and the sealed bags might get past the guard poodles, but if a member of the public or even a guard on patrol happened to see him during the drop-off, a quick search would reveal everything. That's still a very risky operation.
What about if the drop-off happened at sea? Then there'd be no one around to see him.
The barrels we found were wet around the base, but the top half was dry. As if they'd been standing upright in the water.
Oh, maybe that they weren't a raft, but they were just floating.
If you put a barrel in the water, it will normally float on its side. Unless it's heavily loaded, in which case it'll sink.
So he must have used something to tightly seal big bags full of air, turning them into airtight floating devices.
Yes. With flotation rings around the body of the barrels, they'd stay upright in the water. And then he could afford to load them more fully.
You think he used floating barrels? I suppose if he acted at night, when there are very few other boats around and visibility is low, it's a valid theory. We can't rule it out.
But then wouldn't the barrels be carried off by the waves or the currents? How would the person doing the pickup know where to look?
Barrels that could float away and get lost at sea. Sounds difficult to keep in one place, kind of like certain pets.
Traveler, can you come take a dip in the sea with me? I have a feeling that somewhere down there, we might find some rope. If a rope can be used to keep a pet from running away, then why not a barrel?
We made bread dough from a bread baking mix, and it has to read in the fridge for 24 hours. We wrapped saran wrap for that, but who is? Oh, it's the maracas and the music. I thought someone was walking towards me. The dough rose so much that it spilled out the sides and came face to face with me when I opened the fridge just now. I have done nothing but teleport bread for 3 days straight.
It's rare to see Lynette in serious mode. I wonder how long she'll keep it activated for.
Oh, I can't talk to Bonnie. Don't step on the cat.
I can't believe how much progress we're making with this investigation. Without your help, getting this far would have taken me an awful lot of time and manpower.
Want some tea? Little father-daughter bonding trip. Don't kill Arlecchino by drowning in Fontaine. That'd be the dumbest.
The wreckage of a small boat? This isn't the place.
Correct.
This isn't the place.
This isn't the place. Oh! This is the place. Oh! Anchor!
Got it. Time to go up and report.
Oh, didn't even see that! Thank you. Anything else around here that's in close proximity? Nope. Man, Fontaine is pretty.
As expected, we found a few pieces of rope and some anchoring stones underwater. If you attach them to a floating barrel, it would look like this. With this anchoring system, it would be possible to use floating barrels for the drop-off. You would just need to drop them in the water at the agreed-upon location. We also came across the wreckage of a small boat. It must have been left out on the water and capsized due to the force of the wind and waves. Its small size, however, would have made it perfect for staying undetected.
Just like me. Oh my, another raid! Hello, Glitched! Oh, Glitched, hello! Thank you for the raid! Hello, Glitched and Alex, hello, welcome! Oh my gosh! Woohoo! Hi! Hello, Glitched. Welcome, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Ice cream, hello. Ice cream complete version. Not even the, what's it called when a book is, not even the abridged version. That joke fell flat. Hi, thank you. Thank you for the raid, welcome. Hope you had a good stream. Doing Lynette's, I almost just called you Cat. Doing Lynette's Hangout and, just chillin'. LMAO. Feel free to stick around. My gosh. I know you don't know this, but we just had another raid, like, what was that? Like, not even like 15 minutes ago? So thank you and welcome.
Let's talk this through. Based on the evidence we've collected, it seems like Pierre would row a small boat out to the agreed-upon transfer point, drop off the barrels, leave, and then row back and retrieve them after the transfer was complete.
Why use such a convoluted drop-off method, though? Wouldn't it be easier for both parties to meet up at the transfer point on their respective vessels and exchange?
It could be that he was trying to avoid meeting up with his associate face-to-face. As one of the sole survivors of the Lefebvre family, maybe he was just used to that sort of elusive lifestyle.
It seems like Pierre deliberately chose the floating barrel method so that the goods could be dropped off and picked up at separate times. That way, the two parties wouldn't have to meet each other.
Can make Din Din and hope you have a good Din Din and thank you again so much. Thanks. Hello, Aaron. What up?
Well, if that's the case, they must not have a very close working relationship.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. It's possible they were just trying to keep a low profile. Two boats sailing to the same location at once could be too conspicuous. the most important thing is that we can now confirm Pierre wasn't acting alone. The floating barrel drop-off system is proof enough of that. Let's say for now that he was only in charge of producing the imitation synth. That would mean there has to be at least one other person involved in the operation, likely in charge of transporting the goods across the border.
It's Tainari. This explains why we couldn't find evidence linking him to any overseas operations.
Since we've determined that the goods were transported by boat, maybe we can track down some travel logs or something.
We can certainly check the various ports for that information. It's possible, however, that Pierre's associate also used a small boat for the transport and docked along the shore rather than at a large port. If that's the case, it's unlikely there would be any record left behind.
Have you looked into the ports already? The ports, as in Ormos? As in Sumeru? As in Tainari? Okay.
Absolutely. Before Pierre disappeared, we made sure to investigate all sorts of outward-bound vessels. We also had port authorities keep a lookout for anything suspicious. Unfortunately, we were never able to find out how they managed to get the imitation synth across the border.
A small boat and a few barrels isn't going to get you very far.
You're right. Whatever vessel was used for the pickup, the person responsible for smuggling the substance out of Fontaine would have had to use a larger vessel for the actual transport. That's the only way they would be able to smuggle on a large enough scale to make a profit. They must have found a way to disguise the imitation synth to clear port inspections.
Well, even if we can't find any travel logs, we can still search for other clues.
Exactly. We can't let any opportunities slip through the cracks. Although, given the amount of ports that could be involved, we should probably split up.
I'll run home and ask some of my brothers and sisters to try and dig up some information.
I should also head back and update my platoon on our progress. I'll grab some reinforcements while I'm at it.
Ooh.
Lynette, Traveler, why don't you head to Lumidoose Harbor and see what you can find out?
All right. Come on, Bonnie. You too.
Meow indeed. Meow. Isn't this a Sumeru bottle? No. It can't be. It can't be. And it very likely isn't. I'm just brain dead. You mean Duke Harbor? I don't think so, but also there's also a side quest over here we haven't done. Meow.
Oh, Lynette, Traveler. And Bonnie, too. What brings you all here?
And Bonnie, too. Last time I saw you, you were dressed like I don't know what.
Did something happen?
We're here to check the travel logs. You update them on the situation.
Oh. I see. Thank you for everything you're doing for the people of Fontaine.
What are you doing here? What's it look like she's doing here? Isn't she just on guard?
I'm in charge of guarding the port.
Yeah, okay.
You mentioned you were after some travel logs, right? I can go fetch those for you.
Thank you, madam.
Looks like I've got another hard day of work ahead of me.
Are things usually pretty hectic around here?
No, not usually. It's this incident that happened recently. Before that, everything was normal. All we had to do was confiscate anything suspicious and we could call it a day. Pretty simple stuff. But things are much more complicated now. We somehow let suspicious cargo pass through the port undetected. Not even our guard poodles were able to sniff it out. Even worse, we still don't know how the perpetrator was able to conceal the goods so well.
By suspicious cargo, do you mean imitation synth?
Yep. However, prohibited substances are just one example. We confiscate all sorts of contraband during the course of our inspections. Or at least, we're supposed to.
So what happens to the goods you confiscate?
Oh, we keep them in a storage locker. If they turn out to be something particularly dubious, we'll turn them over to the Maison Orderly. If the goods are only slightly suspicious but could otherwise be harmless, like raw materials that could potentially be used to create contraband, we return them to the ship they were confiscated from, instead of letting them pass through the port.
Sorry for the wait. These are the travel logs for all the recent activity at the port.
Oh, hello, Gerard.
Oh,
You brought Gerard with you.
Actually, he followed me here himself. It's like he smells something on me. Huh. I wonder why Gerard is reacting to you two so strongly.
Nothing. Could be because we just left the place where imitation synth was made.
Huh? We were so careful not to touch it, but we still ended up with traces on us. If it leaves a residue so easily, I just don't understand how the culprit was able to disguise the goods at all.
Why don't you have a look at the travel logs first? All ships coming in and out of the port are recorded here, except for the ones the port authorities ride to and from work.
You flip through the numerous travel logs, you notice several instances where Humane Society is listed. The name really seems to stand out.
The Humane Society.
You've encountered that organization before.
Their name is all over the exit logs. The purpose for leaving is always listed as overseas adoption.
The director of the organization explained that, actually. He said a lot of the cat and dog breeds unique to Fontaine are also very popular overseas. So, his organization offers an overseas adoption program.
Bernard, the director of the Humane Society, was the man who came looking for Bonnie earlier.
The cat that fled from Pierre looks just like the cat that the Humane Society is looking for. Could that really be a coincidence? It seemed as if Bernard was also hiding something. He seemed so insistent, but only ran a cursory check before leaving, just like that. When he came looking for Bonnie earlier, what if he wasn't actually there to check if Bonnie was his missing cat? Maybe he was there for some other purpose.
Have you figured it out too, Traveler? The way the criminal disguised the goods? When Bernard asked to take a closer look at Bonnie, he was actually checking whether there was any imitation synth in her stomach.
He was using the animals at his shelter to smuggle imitation synth.
Wait, what?
The sealed bags we found at the secret base. They were specially made to be corrosion resistant.
So that they couldn't be digested.
And there were gaps around the lids of the barrels, and airbags were used to keep them upright in the water.
So that animals would be able to breathe.
Those drug Shivers found at the secret base. She most likely didn't recognize them because they're not used on human beings. It's an anesthetic used on pets. The perpetrator must have given it to the animals.
So that they would keep still in the floating barrels.
Pierre must have made the animals swallow the sealed bags full of imitation synth at his secret base. Then he stuffed them into floating barrels and left the rest to Bernard.
The sealed bags combined with an animal's body odor would certainly be enough to mask the scent of imitation synth.
During our inspections, we would have never thought to inspect the bellies of those animals for anything suspicious. Even if we tried to feel around for something, I'm sure it would be difficult to detect.
Exactly. I bet Bernard even transported animals with synth in their stomach alongside ones without.
Yep.
That way, it would be even harder to say with certainty that something was amiss.
Do you think Bonnie could have imitation synth in her stomach right now? Probably not, because he passed her by, but...
She's probably in the clear. Otherwise, Bernard would have never left without her. I'm guessing he didn't know whether Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth before he fled. Just imagine. He sees the notice we put in the Steambird, and it turns out that one of the very cats he gave to Pierre for the smuggling operation is out in the open, roaming the streets of Fontaine. If Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth, then Bonnie would practically be living proof of their crimes. He would have had no choice but to go after her.
So, that's why he came to find you and insisted on taking a closer look at the cat.
Pierre must have fled in a hurry. That fact is probably what spared Bonnie.
Wait a second, I'm a little lost here. I get the part about hiding the substance in the pets, but those, what did you call them again? Floating barrels? Why even put the animals in there in the first place? If you've got something as convenient as a floating barrel, why not just stuff it with the imitation synth directly? Why not wait to hide the stuff until after the exchange has been made?
In order to make sure the animals could swallow the sealed bags, they made them extremely thin. Had they not done that, the animals would have likely bitten or chewed through them.
And if any of the imitation synth leaked out, they also would have needed a lot of cleaning agents to get rid of the resulting smell.
That step would have required a lot of energy, as well as a certain amount of technical expertise. So it was better left to the more experienced Pierre. We've already proven how easy it is to pick up trace amounts of imitation synth, so I'm sure Bernard was taking all the precautions he could to avoid the same fate.
Indeed.
Okay. Then, let's head to the Humane Society right away and bring that guy to justice. I'll bring a Gardamek to speed up the process.
What an a-hole.
Sorry, but I can't go with you. Surely you'll be able to handle him, what, between Elodie's Gardamek and all three of you?
Surely. Surely you'll be able to handle him with your level 48,000 HP Kirara. Farina peeking out of her apartment. Her apartment's over there. Farina peeking out of her apartment, watching the drama unfold.
The headquarters of the Humane Society should be somewhere around here. Bernard could show up any moment now.
You're the people from earlier. Wait, you're from the guards?
Indeed I am.
We can't let
Oh, what? Indeed I am. Although these days.
Bernard.
Mercy, have mercy. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything I know.
Wow, we rolled over quick.
The Humane Society has done so much good over the years, and yet you have committed such an atrocious deed in its name.
Look, I didn't have a choice, okay? My father cared about those blasted animals so much, he didn't bother to take care of his human wife and son at all. While those animals were showered with love, I lived worse than a dog.
No one asked. Tell me, how did you first get to know Pierre?
Quick. Like, I don't give a shit about your story.
Well, after I took over the Humane Society, it gradually became harder and harder to maintain its operations. Until one day, someone suddenly passed me a letter. It said that I could stand to get a large sum of money as long as I helped them to transport some animals abroad. It was only after a few such transports that I finally understood what I was really transporting. But then, Pierre wrote to me, saying that we were already partners in crime and that I better keep cooperating with him if I didn't want to be reported to the guards.
Bernard's expression seems a bit unnatural. There's a hint of dishonesty in his trembling voice. He's lying. That's a Red Dead Redemption quote.
You knew it from the very beginning, didn't you? The reason why you had to go through so many steps just to transport some animals.
I'd suggest that you confess everything right now if you don't want to add anything else to your list of crimes.
Yes, officer.
Yes, officer. Me.
I would order wooden barrels and flotation devices according to his instructions, and then load the sleeping animals onto a boat. Once I sailed to the location he provided, I would dump everything together into the sea. And a few days after that, I'd come by again in my boat and pick up the animals sleeping in the barrels. Once I had received enough of them, I'd bring them to the harbor to be adopted abroad. That guy, Pierre, he was running the entire show. He set up all the meeting times and found all the foreign adopters. Oh, and he even supplied all of the goods too. I just did the transport. He was the one who planned out and executed everything else.
So where is he now?
Look, I don't know.
Yes,
okay?
you do.
I've never ever met him in person. We've only ever communicated through letters.
And when did he send his final letter to you?
Just last night. He said that the Maréchaussée Phantom is now after him, so he's planning to go into hiding for some time. He didn't mention where he's thinking about going, though, but he did tell me to look out for the guards.
It's been a few days since Pierre's last appearance. I'd wager that he sent that letter after he found his hiding spot.
So where's that letter now?
I burned them. It It was on his orders. I had to burn every letter after reading them. I wasn't even allowed to share them with the rest of the society employees.
Sure sounds like you're trying to use the lack of witnesses or evidence to pin the blame on Pierre.
No, I swear, this time I'm only telling you the truth.
Well, we can check the truth of your statements at the Opera House. I hope you know what'll be coming for you if I were to find any discrepancy between the evidence and the testimony you just gave.
I know, I swear I was just telling the truth.
My thanks to you both. Had it not been for you, I really don't know what would have happened to this case.
Bonnie helped too.
That's true. It was all thanks to her that Bernard was finally exposed.
Cat! Bonnie suddenly runs and hides behind you and Lynette.
And it looks like she's grown quite fond of you two as well. Then I'll leave you be. Just let me know if you find any other new leads.
Lynette's expression seems a bit unnatural. It seems that Lynette still has something on her mind. Wait, I want to talk to Lynette first. Something on your mind still?
It was that obvious, huh? Well, even though it didn't feel like Bernard was lying, after talking to him, I'm getting an even stronger sense that something's not quite right. We investigated so quickly that perhaps we've missed a thing or two along the way. Let me activate deduction mode and consider things again from the top to see if we can find anything new. Is there still anything unresolved or strange that we should try to consider?
Bernard's letters, but they're burned. There's an unexplained part in the operations of this trafficking ring.
Well, we've discovered that Bernard is responsible for the trafficking, while Pierre deals with supplying the goods. Is there something else in this scheme that we're missing?
Oh boy. We've already proven that Bernard and Pierre coordinated their handoffs by passing floating barrels to each other on open stretches of water. Which, as we know, water has the ability to any past member of the Lefebvre family would probably have a number of connections outside of Fontaine. That was communicated in writing, and all of those letters have been burned, so we can no longer confirm or trace anything. The ingredients. According to Shepard's investigations, Pierre has been formally reprimanded for his synth-related research, and he can no longer get any materials from the Fontaine Research Institute. Bernard can be compensated for his work after completing a shipment. No suspicious record would be left as long as he receives the funds as an individual rather than through the Humane Society. So okay.
There's no need to rush. Let's see if we can find any other suspicious points about this case.
About what we found in Poisson.
The Marechaussee Phantom found Bonnie and the Lefebvre pendant at Pierre's residence. That was the beginning point of our investigation.
Alright, Bonnie has been with Pierre ever since the first meeting between Pierre and the Marechaussee Phantom. That's why Elodie came looking for her. But that shouldn't be all. The pet handoff. According to Bernard, the trafficked animals were taken directly to Pierre's base rather than to Poisson. Poisson! The pattern on the pendant is proof that its owner is an illegitimate child of the Lefebvre family, but this shouldn't be all. The end. The Lefebvre family is infamous in Fontaine, and even their innocent scions become targets of revenge. Eula reference. But Pierre just carried the pendant with him as if it was an ordinary piece of jewelry. Therefore, oh, I had to act. Pierre became the key suspect in the case because of a suspicious cat and a suspicious pendant.
Why would he leave such an obvious trail for us to follow when he took so much care to not leave any traces of imitation synth in his home?
About Bernard's crabs.
Bernard claims to have received a letter last night from Pierre. In the letter, Pierre stated that he had gone into hiding. Is there something wrong with the letter?
The lost cat. Bonnie had already been on the loose for a few days when we found her yesterday morning. That means that she already had broken free when the letter was written. The letter's purpose. The point of the letter was to tell Bernard to get on his guard. Then why didn't he also warn him about Bonnie? The letter's delivery method. Regardless of whether he sent it anonymously or secretly delivered it himself, it's no longer something we can follow up on. Escape location. The letter didn't mention Pierre's hiding spot, although it makes sense that Pierre wouldn't want anyone to find him. Oh.
There's no need to rush. Let's see if we can find any other suspicious points about this case.
Aw, man!
Perhaps we are now closing in on the truth.
I failed all of those! Oh, look! Look! Oh, look! Look! She's like, Mom, can I keep him? Like that. Father, may I keep this cat? What about you? You have nothing to say. You have nothing to say.
And follow me to the interrogation room.
Ow, that hurt. Ow!
They're about to leave. Is it really okay to let them go? Adequate preparation and friendly aid can sometimes affect the result of these checks. Your current check bonuses will be added to your randomly drawn number, making it easier to pass checks. Ooh. 24. No, we can't let her get away. Hold it right there.
Is there something else you need from me, traveler?
Bernard and Pierre. They weren't really acting alone, were they?
Huh?
I see. It all makes sense now.
Hey, what are you talking about?
I don't know, what am I?
Look, even our confessed criminal here has no idea what you're saying.
Because he has been kept in the dark all along. And I assume it's the same with Pierre.
Bernard thought he was communicating with Pierre, and Pierre thought he was taking orders from Bernard, when really... But for all this time, neither of them knew that there was a third crab all along. Don't get flustered.
That never quite added up for me. Why did Pierre feel compelled to return to his home with Bonnie and the pendant, and make them so easy to find for the Marechaussee Phantom?
Any animals Pierre received from the floating barrel should have been taken directly to his base, and considering his precarious situation, the pendant should have been the last thing Pierre would leave lying around.
All of these things are in stark contrast to his usual meticulous and vigilant behavior. There's only one reasonable explanation. He was following orders, just like Bernard. He probably received the following instructions right before the Phantom came knocking on his door. Bring the cat and the pendant, and our undercover agent will be sure to help you.
Indeed I am. Prosecution... what the fuck, Soph? Prosecution calls... I almost said prosecution crabs. Prosecution calls Elodie to the stand.
Unbeknownst to him, however, the third person who wrote that letter to him had long decided to sacrifice him and Bernard to save themselves.
They instructed the two men to communicate through letters and barrels, specifically so that they never get to meet each other. Honestly, this third person probably planned to sell both of them out from the very beginning.
What? You can't be serious. There was a third person involved?
If you focus only on Bernard's testimony, it's easy to believe that only Bernard and Pierre were working together. The case appeared extremely simple. Bernard did the trafficking, Pierre the imitation synth production, drugging, and stuffing.
With everything accounted for, the third person would then be cleared of all suspicion, hiding in plain sight.
Wait. But that doesn't make any sense. If that's the actual truth, then as soon as Pierre is caught, he'll explain his side of the story and the third person will...
Yep, which is why the third person made sure that Pierre would never be found again. Once they had instructed Pierre to expose himself, the third person wrote to Pierre again, suggesting that everything had been taken care of, and he should take Bonnie and safely return to his base.
They then ambushed Pierre and made him disappear. Man, all the stories in Fontaine, even this little hangout, I love so much. Then they ambushed Pierre and made him disappear. They made him disappear.
Of course, Pierre's disappearance at such a sensitive time immediately made him a prime suspect. Knowing that Bonnie had last been seen with him, all the third person would have to do from that point on would be to lead the Phantom to investigate the Humane Society and get Bernard to confess the truth.
Bernard would then testify that Pierre was the one who came up with the whole plot, and Pierre would have been seen as having gone into hiding in anticipation of getting caught.
Wait, so you're saying that the letter I received yesterday, the one that made me think Pierre was still alive, it was also sent by the third person?
Is that what happened? I'll get back to headquarters right away and reinvestigate this case from the top.
Not so fast, Elodie. If that is your name!
Chevra said that assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. Someone among us however, has been feeding us all kinds of preconceived notions ever since our first meeting. They suggested that Pierre's disappearance was an attempt to escape the judgment of the law, and that Pierre was a scion of the Lefebvre family. But if the disappearance is truly just a cover-up for a murder, then couldn't the true scion have been an illegitimate daughter, rather than an illegitimate son?
Miss Elodie Lefebvre.
Huh?
Haven't you taken this joke a bit too far? You're right. I did let a lot of assumptions get to my head when I first started to talk to you about the case. I'll make sure to correct my behavior.
Imagine we're wrong about all of this. We point the finger at her and she's like, no, actually. Like, we go all the way to court and Nouvelette's like, no, you guys actually were wrong this time.
You deliberately fed us lies, but even you could not control every last detail of your plan. There was a flaw in your scheme, and something didn't quite go as planned. Getting the Marechaussee Phantom to notice Pierre was only the first part of your plan. Had they failed to take notice of the Humane Society, they could have cast a wider net, and you couldn't predict what they might possibly find if given enough time. This, of course, was the main weakness of your plan.
And once the Special Patrol and Lenny got involved, it became even harder to control the outcome of the investigation.
As someone accustomed to acting from behind the scenes, you didn't want to take the risk of personally proposing a raid on the Humane Society. So, you thought about pulling a few more strings, so all of the suspicion would point towards Bernard and his society.
A great option, of course, would be to dispose of Bonnie, leave her body at Pierre's base in anticipation of a later discovery.
Once the Phantom expanded their search, it would only be a matter of time before they found Pierre's base. If a cat last seen with the suspect turned up dead at the imitation synth base, it wouldn't be long until the Phantom would figure out exactly how she had been mistreated and turn their eyes towards the one organization that has been sending boatloads of animals out of Fontaine.
However, something unexpected happened at the base. Bonnie managed to escape in the chaos.
It was probably during your ambush of Pierre. You didn't even have the time to check if she had already been stuffed full of imitation synth.
Is the mouth actually synced to the voice in English for this? That's very rare. That one was synced. Okay.
Still, you soon found another opportunity.
It is.
Before long, Bonnie had made her way back into the city, and even popped up on the Steambird. Like Bernard, you desperately wanted to confirm the contents of her stomach, so you hurried to find us. Unlike Bernard, however, you were hoping that Pierre did have the time to make her swallow a load of imitation synth. While investigating the suspect's cat, we unexpectedly discovered that the suspect has been smuggling imitation synth using living animals as intermediaries. That was your plan, in any case. With that, you'd have been able to lead the investigation towards the Humane Society.
But Bonnie was very lucky. Bonnie was lucky. Wait, hold on. Another screenshot I'd like for my archives. Boop.
Bonnie had managed to escape before Pierre was able to stuff her full of imitation synth. That part of your plan could no longer be carried out. But as shrewd as you were, you came up with another plan right away. You manipulated the Traveler and I to help you identify Bernard as a key suspect.
You knew Lenny was investigating the case with Chevreuse, and you also knew of Lynette's previous encounter with the Lefevre family.
You used the Lefevre name as bait to get us to join your investigation.
How fucked is that?
With 2 extra bodies around, the Special Patrol is sure to soon take note of the strange event of Bernard somehow having a reason to look for Pierre's cat.
So, what you're saying is, I went to all that trouble just for the chance that you might put forth the suggestion that would lead you down the wrong path.
Of course, you did far more than that. Just now at Lumidu's harbor, were you not the person who highlighted the suspicious activities of the society?
By showing us the port's travel logs.
Ugh.
You even highlighted the society's activities during your compilation of the logs, so they'd be immediately visible to anyone examining the records. Moreover, the logs contained no records of the Port Authority's activities. In other words, your activities.
And what are you trying to suggest with that?
I am insinuating that you had plenty of opportunities to transfer the raw materials for imitation synth from the harbor to a boat, and then sail over to the meeting place full of floating barrels.
Once Bernard had placed the animals in the barrels, you'd open the lids and also dump in the raw materials. As long as you did it before Pierre came for his pickup, there'd be no one the wiser.
And that's how neither the trafficker nor the manufacturer knew there was a third person who supplied the raw materials, and surreptitiously operated between them.
First, you got in touch with both parties and secured the raw materials. Then you instructed Bernard to prepare the floating barrels and the animals. After that, you slipped the raw materials into the barrels next to the animals and requested that Pierre pick up the barrels and bring them back to his base.
Pierre manufactured imitation synth using the raw materials you provided, stuffed the animals, and placed the animals back into the barrels. Having received the green light from you as Pierre, Bernard then retrieved his animals and shipped them out of Fontaine once he had received enough for a full batch. This is the truth behind your smuggling ring.
I can't believe it. I never put 2 and 2 together.
This idiot.
You've sure got an extremely lively imagination.
Damn right.
So what do you think she's going to say next?
Ever thought about a career in writing crime novels? But do you have any evidence?
But do you have any evidence?
It appears that it's quite easy to predict what you'll think or say. Then if we apply that to this case, we can also think of a few places to look for incriminating evidence. You know very well that this case will not end until Pierre is found, so you will have him commit suicide out of fear and shame to end the investigation for good. That way, you can also take the blame for the overseas smuggling activities, the theft of the harbor's confiscated raw materials, and even the Lefevre name on him. After all, dead men tell no tales. But you still wanted to appear as if he had sent that last letter to Bernard, so you have to make sure he cannot be found until after Bernard has confessed to the authorities. To do that, you either will hide his body until you've found an appropriate time to set up a fake suicide scene, Or you'll dump it someplace where it'll be hard to determine the exact time of death. Submerged in water, for instance. The location would ideally allow you to keep the body hidden for some time while also letting you keep an eye on it.
You could also keep him in a very cool environment to be handled later, set fire to make it look like he'd been burnt to a crisp. Or underneath the waters. An example of such a place may be somewhere in your own boat, or underneath the harbor, or underneath the waters. But oh my gosh, I can't talk.
There are only so many options to hide a person's time of death, after all. As long as the Phantom investigates each of the possibilities in turn, they'll surely find Pierre's remains. Especially since, as the prime suspect who will now be taken into custody, you will no longer have the time to move him, or set up a fake suicide scene to cover up the murder.
How absurd. And on what grounds will you order my arrest? Don't think for a second that your spouts of nonsense will amount to any kind of real argument. After all, I'm Elodie Lefebvre!
Oh my gosh! Look at Liddy's face!
As the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, I hereby declare you as a suspect in the case. If you have any objections, you may raise them later during interrogation.
Shivers, Lenny!
That's right. We received a message from Lumiduce Harbor that you were going to investigate the Humane Society. We didn't expect to run into you at such a critical moment.
While at the harbor, we noticed something else extremely interesting. Apparently, you often used all kinds of excuses to swap your shifts. And if one were to match the times of your shifts to the activities of the Humane Society and those of certain foreign ships, they'd find them to be an exact match.
That's just a coincidence.
Yes, I'm sure you have already thought of a dozen different ways to explain away the suspicious activities. But as far as evidence goes, that should be enough to warrant taking you into custody.
Don't worry. If it turns out that the guards are still unable to find any evidence after all this, Lynette and I will do everything in our power to clear your name.
Stop laughing like that, you psycho.
Although judging
You're a psycho!
by the reaction, I assume no follow-up from us will be needed.
The Lefebvres were infamous for using disguise and infiltration to achieve their goals. Who would have thought that they would have planted someone within the guards?
Judging from the timeline, they likely arranged for you to enter the guards before the fall of the clan. But they probably didn't expect you to turn it to your advantage and use your job to save yourself during the purge.
Not only that, but you actively participated in the interrogation, arrest, and judgment of the Lefebvres during their fall, thus clearing yourself of suspicion. You brutally and cruelly abandoned your allies as soon as they outlived their usefulness, just like a lizard cutting off its own tail in order to live. You've been doing this for years.
So you played me like a fool after all?
Brown is suddenly knocked out by a sudden strike.
What was that word you used? Ally? You think that someone as foolish as him is worthy to call himself my ally?
She's like, all right, it's that time. We're going Disney villain, boys.
They were worthless scum, all of them. Not just Bernard and Pierre, but those Lefebvres too. They always just saw me as a tool. I lost all my chances of a normal life just because I was born into their lot. Not only that, but because they wanted me to become an undercover agent, they stripped me of my name, too. I had to live in constant fear of them while they were alive. And even once they were gone, I had to continue to bury my heritage and my name. Always worrying that their enemies would come knocking at the door. Do you know anything about what I've been through over all these years? My life as the last Lefebvre?
Elodie's expression seems a bit unnatural. There's a hint of drama in the voice of the suddenly agitated Elodie. It feels like her anger may be part of some kind of bluff.
I don't, and neither do I care.
Nobody asked about your past. You can save that speech for the trial.
Are you for real? Aren't you a Lefebvre victim too?
That is not... Can we just break her legs and drag her over to the opera?
Elodie, you're the only one still living under the shadow of a name.
That's enough. Keep your hands where I can see them and do not resist arrest. If you have more to say, save it for the interrogation room.
Shevers is like, please resist. Give me an excuse, Elodie.
What a joke. What a joke. Hey!
She's gonna detonate her! I'm gonna blow up the Clementine line if you
Don't come any closer.
What's that?
This device seems a bit odd. The small device that Elodie took out appears very crude, as if it's made from paper mache.
You know what this is? I've secretly planted loads of explosives in the Humane Society. Just one step closer and... whether they're cats, dogs, or just unlucky human
Oh my
employees,
gosh, will you...
they'll all be blown up into smithereens.
Did you have to rhyme that?
Surely, you bunch of goody two-shoes won't let that happen, right?
Can I use persuasion? Where is she? Where is she? Where are you at? Help Shevers to intimidate Elodie. Guys, there is only one answer here. Can I use persuasion on her? Shit. Oh, fuck. Whoa, just calm down for a minute here.
That's enough! I have nothing left to say to any of you. Gardamex, get him!
Not good. She's trying to escape. We need to end this fight as soon as possible.
Why did I pull out you first? What am I, crazy?
Busted so quickly, huh? Good thing
That's
I've already
what-
bought enough
never
time to
mind.
escape.
Oh! As Elodie begins to believe that she may have finally made it, she is knocked... Are you fucking kidding me?
Phew. So I was right after all. It's easier to deal with the person causing the problem than the problem itself.
Okay, I thought it was implying that she got knocked out by Bonnie. And what about the device she had?
This is it. Looks like it's just a toy.
So she really was just bluffing.
Guess that's probably why she suddenly flipped and knocked out Bernard. He probably knew that there were no explosives at the society.
She also pretended like she had a villainous breakdown. Get them, Gardamex. Oh, look, is that the knave? Yeah, you don't want to tangle with these twins. Like, you don't know the can of worms. You just Arlecchino blasts through a wall. This is like a story quest. This is like a Lynette story quest. This is so much longer and more involved than our like regular hangouts. She also pretended like she had a villainous breakdown, as if she had no choice but to kill to escape her life.
Well, given that she never even showed her face to Bernard and Pierre, I had my doubts that she'd have gone to the society in person to plant explosives.
Thank you for your help, everyone. I'll take them back for thorough questioning and find someone better to take over the Humane Society. I might need a few statements from everybody. Would you be able to come with me?
If statements are all you need, can Linny provide them on my behalf? I still need to go back and explain some things to the crew. I also had an appointment with the Traveler before we got interrupted.
What did she say again? Contemplation. What are you talking? You said I could stop by your place for tea?
Ah, so you do remember. Yes, I invited you to come over to our place. Once I'm done talking with the troupe, I'll make a nice cup of tea and bring Bonnie to wait for you outside of my door.
Oh, it's not big enough. Oh wait, I know what I can do. Wait, hang on. I got this. I got this. Oh, not that. I got this. I got this. I use the free version of VTS, which is why this little flying thing is down here off screen all the time. Where's my framing for that? There we go. Okay. Man, this is.
You can leave the rest of this to me. The other guards will be joining me. Don't worry, they won't have another chance to escape.
There's still some things I'm curious about. How did Elodie get her hands on the raw materials?
The materials have many other regular uses outside of being used to make imitation synth, so they're not immediately subject to being confiscated or destroyed. The harbor would usually just seize them for some time while the customs paperwork is filled out and approved. If approved, they'd be let through, and if not, they'd be returned to sender. Elodie probably used her position to replace a portion of the shipment with something else before sending the whole shipment back to sender. Given that the foreign merchants who sent in the shipments were probably working with her in the first place, they likely just never reported the difference in what they sent and what they received. We will, of course, continue to investigate the rest of the details of this case. Now that we've caught Elodie, figuring out the whole scheme should just be a matter of time.
Indeed. Man, they super dead. Why I gotta play this music right now? Do we need this music right now, Genshin? Wonder when Linny's coming back. Potentially not soon. I always, because they always base, because they usually base, wow, Arlecchino's expressions are kind of varied. Or they're not varied, I mean. They're all very similar. They usually base who they're releasing, like who's gonna come out on banner, with who is going to work with recent characters. I don't see Pyro working with a lot of characters that are about to come out. Or necessarily like Linny's abilities working very well with characters that are about to come out. So, I don't know.
Lynette must have spent a record-breaking amount of time in serious mode today. I can't remember the last time I've seen her like that. Could it be because of a special someone?
There's still a few things I'm curious about. How did Pierre get recruited into the scheme?
Based on information that we found before, imitation synth was first circulated on a small scale in Fontaine before becoming a large-scale smuggling scheme. I'd assume that the first offerings of imitation synth came from what Pierre made in his early days. But since he was not experienced with running a clandestine operation, he was soon discovered by guard Elodie. Elodie saw the opportunity to make a great profit in his work, and perhaps even the chance of making a new life for herself, so she decided to cover his tracks. She started writing to him in Bernard's name, using what evidence she had compiled and the promise of enormous profits to blackmail him into cooperating with her. Unfortunately for her, she ran into Lynette. Even though my sister doesn't like to focus too much on a regular day, serious mode Lynette is one of the most perceptive people I've ever known. Still, all of that thinking really saps her energy. I need to go give some statements on her behalf, so I'll leave the recharging to you.
I'll make sure the tea is caffeinated then. Recharge. Recharge, quote unquote, with Lynette. Why I gotta put that in quotes? Oh, we can walk there. It's right nearby. We can walk there, flies like this. Bina quest? Bina quest? Bina quest? Excuse me. Are you just talking about Blue Bina? Do we have Blue Bina? Blue Bina! Best Bina!
Black tea and a cute kitty. Truly the best combo for standby mode. Want some?
A cute kitty, please.
I see she's already starting to snuggle up to you.
About Elodie's case, are you not interested in any follow-up developments from it?
Not at all. Information is indeed very important, but if you were to try to collect every piece of information you come across, your efficiency would actually decrease. Plus, if you just think about it, what sounds more fun? Writing a statement or enjoying a tea party?
The cute kitty. She's talking to me and I'm still just focusing on Bonnie, not even listening to her.
Great answer. That'd be my pick too. Had we not run into that case, we could have spent the entire day like this. But now I'm running low on both time and energy.
The key isn't how long you spend in standby mode. With quality time, you should be able to recharge more quickly.
You're right. I can sense it. I'm recharging very quickly at the moment.
I have a question though. When did you start to suspect Elodie?
Something about her rubbed me the wrong way since the very beginning. But to be more precise, it was probably around the time when I saw Bonnie try to get away from her.
Oh, that was like immediately then. Oh, I didn't realize that I put the Paimon glasses on something that moves very oddly. Oh, it's on my ear. Whoops. There. Back then, Elodie tried to get oh shoot.
Elodie tried to get close, but Bonnie deliberately dodged her. Maybe Bonnie had tried to evade her before at Pierre's base. Or perhaps Bonnie just instinctively knew that she wasn't a good person. Not everyone who likes cats is a good person. But if cats like you, you're probably alright.
Fair enough.
Humans tend to overthink things, but cats rely on their instincts, and they're pretty sharp. I mean, just look at Bonnie. She took a liking to you the moment you met.
Aw. What? Oh my gosh, that's cute! Oh, that's so adorable! What an awesome hangout! And that's one route! Catching criminals.
Never mind. Let them do as they please.
What could the children be up to, truly? That is one route. My word. I'm not sure why I did that. There was no... Did you just target the cooking pot, Arlecchino? I have to use the restroom again real quick, and then the top again. Let's do, let's, go talk to Bina, and then we'll probably end for the night. Beardy. Bina. Bina.
Excuse me.
Well, I also have items forged, and we're right near. Never mind, not anymore. But we can get up there quick. Estelle, I have business with you. I had some stuff crafted. Forgot I only used white iron chunks because I didn't have any crystal meth. Look at this crazy creature. What a strange animal.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Ad Astra
Sorry.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
I've done that enough that Sanjarno is probably not very pleased with me.
Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Thank you for completing today's commissions. We also have reputation quests as well. How close are we in reputation right now for Collective of Pliny? Who is normally in this party, my word?
Whatever you need.
Whatever you plead.
Sooner we're done, the better.
Gonna be epic.
About my reputation at the Reputations Guild. What do you need? I don't have those! Located in liquid phlogiston zones. What do I need? I need a spinel fruit. Or I could just do... We're close enough, I could just do my bounties, actually. Invulnerable to Hydro, Dendro, and Cryo. Let's do those and then go see Bina. This one's invulnerable to Dendro. I don't need the statue in the People of the Springs. Boop, boop. Boopity boop. I'm good. You ain't gotta do all that. Time to hear, and I did. Boop. We're bleeding currently. Where? Oh, there's one right near a statue. Handy that. Because we were all bleeding. This one's invulnerable to Cryo.
It's time to pull the trigger.
How about Lanyan?
Coming.
Oh, was that the trumpets at the Stadium of the Sacred Flame? I was like, what the heck was that noise? I only need 5 of those fruits, by the way, right? Spindle fruit. I'm already out of Bennett's burst. Hey, knock it off! Haha, teehee. And then the last one's over here, invulnerable to hydro. It's underneath here in the lava zone, correct? That's a grain fruit. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That's a candle cap. Candle flap. Wah, wah, wah. Could have brought Mualulu and just That's a candle cap. Must be even deeper. We need to go deeper. No, that's a different video game. There, I see some. I see some. I seesaw.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Oh, everyone's already dead. I'm a Where was it? Ah. Spinel fruit? Linny fruit? Oh, oh, oh. No, 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 no! Oculus? Oculus? What the fu- And a chest over here too! What the? No, just fly over it, Arlecchino, you crazy.
An impressive bounty.
Alright then. Thank you. Luna, please. What the fuck? Ah, People of the Springs music. I think that's what we decided on collectively. Like if you had to spend spending a week at any of the tribes or nations. Week vacation at the People of the Springs sounds like a resounding yes. This one's invulnerable to hydro. I don't know why Yelan is still here.
Leave me alone. Never mind. Let's go.
Make sure to keep up.
What if I don't? What shall you do then?
Let's have some fun, shall we? Judgment. Lights out.
Is this one of the— Ow! This is one of the ones where her bros here heal her. Well, if it was, I could just out DPS their heals. Mualani fruits. Hey! That bounty took care of it. I don't even need to deposit those spinel fruits. I'll do it anyway. I'll do it anyway! Okay, fine. Don't take my fruits. What are these? Cheesy crab hop. Why? Okay. Look at this thing too. A solemn and majestic council chamber featuring 7 seats. This isn't— wait, hold on. This is enormous. One of 2 5-star recipes in the game. Ooh, one of the 5 stars being Adeptus Temptation and Gilded Hall. This is a recipe, right? A recipe? All right. Well then. Bean. Wait. And then I'll bean. No, Escoffier just makes it. Oh. She just does that. Oh yeah, she does that. I'll put him in the mannequin team right now. Excuse me. Excuse me. Where's Ether? Where's Ether?
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
Oh my gosh, frames. Hello, good sir. Oh, you're not kidding. During her skill, it literally is. She just does that. I was joking. The 6th flint lights up the moment of arrival, and the seats upon which we may evermore rest. We call it a miracle. Together we have brought this journey to its conclusion. Yet instead of an ending, let us see this as a new beginning. Whoa. Oh. While in Night Soul's Blessing state, the Traveler's normal charge and plunging attacks will be converted to Night Soul aligned pyro damage that cannot be overridden, and the crit damage of these attacks is increased to 40. Damn. I thought that opened a spirit way for some reason.
As you wish.
Never gonna give you up. Bina? Bina. Oh my gosh, frames! Bina, your house has frames for days. Or the opposite.
A half step too high, perhaps. Let's try that again, shall we? Hey there, Columbina!
Why did she sound southern? Hey there, Columbina! I'm Southern Paimon!
Wait, are you teaching the Kuhenki how to play the lyre? Yes. They were so happy to have it fixed. They practically haven't left my side. Playing the lyre has never been my forte, though. I'm more accustomed to hearing others play.
Oh, right. If you had a band, you'd totally be in charge of vocals, huh? When it comes to instruments, though, the Traveler's pretty much a prodigy. From the lyre to the jim-jim drum, this one can do it all.
I'm nothing special, honestly, though I have been known to dabble.
Oh, is that so? In that case, perhaps you could teach them instead.
Alright, why not?
I was having them practice the song I usually sing. Perhaps you remember how it goes.
Always.
Or a different tune works as well. Rarely do the Kuhenki get to hear music from other places. I would be quite interested to hear something like that too.
What should I play? Let's try the one the Damselet's always singing. What tone should I go for? Let's try calm and gentle. Let's try calm and gentle.
That was lovely. So you really did memorize my tune.
Always.
Only because you're such a great singer. Whenever we hear your voice, sometimes we stop for a bit just to listen.
The Kuhenki seemed quite enraptured with your performance as well. Perhaps they picked up a few things. I might require your educational assistance again in the future.
Kuhenki plush when, Hoyo?
Come, give me your hand.
Huh? No, this was a free performance. No tuition fee required.
Tuition fee? I only thought the gentle glow of moonlight would make a fitting accompaniment for such a beautiful melody.
What did you think she was doing, Paimon? This is what always happens. She gives us her blessing. Excuse me, Ether. I'm trying to take up. Oh my gosh, look at that! Maybe out a little bit, actually. Ah! Oh, there's a speck on her face. There we go.
The Kuhenki seem quite content for the day. Even so, I may have to trouble you to drop by again when they wish to learn more.
Man, I am not gonna forget that one ever. Wonder why. She's like, that was nice. What song was that? Well, let me tell you a story, Columbina. About a hero named Arama. What are we doing here? And where do we come from? And where are we going? It's RNG? Oh. Huh. You can choose between familiar and new. You know what we didn't do? I didn't claim my didn't claim my rewards. They got me primo gems for it, holy! Alright, now... Ooh, more primos. Have a peaceful tea party with Lynette after solving the smuggling case. Oh, new week, new Nefer loot. I definitely need that loot in order to ascend your weapon. Nyef, nyef. What's gonna be your anyone who does or anyone who does like summoning rituals? I feel like summoning rituals is more a thing for like content creation, but it is fun. Yo, hold up funds. I don't know who am I gonna put on my welcoming party team. Well, now. Am I putting together a welcoming party for the 4-star or for the 5-star?
Do not be afraid.
I almost feel like
We'll discuss my fee afterwards.
I almost feel that sounds expensive, Never. I almost feel like I'm more anticipatory. I almost feel like I'm more excited for Yehoda than any of the like. I didn't mean to deploy that team. I guess it works for what we're doing right now. Perhaps Never would like a look at that chest. Perhaps that's not a joke I should make. All right, I've done that. I've done that 3 times. That's all 3 times, correct? I feel the same way. I feel weird saying that. Like, I feel weird saying that I'm more excited about Yehoda than I am about Durin. But once again, you guys pointed out that perhaps I would have a stronger attachment to Durin if I had done Simulanka at the if I had played Simulanka. Because I just watched that. Oh, I did retrieve some stuff. Alright, no constables, no consumables. Okay, onslaught in 6 hours. New theater. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Why is Hugin here? Extra. Bleed all about it. What? Nothing. Oh, I thought that there was... Why is Hugin here? Anyway. Alright, that's gonna do it for me for... Oh, I forgot that Navia was on my... That's gonna do it for me for today. I will have Bina. There we go. What shall we do? There we go. Tomorrow, Zenless Day, because of maintenance. Sorry, that's kind of loud. Tomorrow, Zenless because of maintenance. We have some more agent archives to do, some more agent stories that we can do. So that's what's on the docket for tomorrow. And then we'll play it from there. Beep. I will see all of you next time. I think that's about the only housekeeping that I have. Thanks again. Appreciate you a lot. Join the Discord, drink water, be good to each other. See you next time. Bye-bye.